ever feel like your brain just isn't firing the way it used to, like you're mentally foggy, your mood is all over the place, or you're constantly distracted, but you can't figure out why? Most people look to the brain itself when they feel this way, but there's another place that we have to look, and it's somewhere that you might not expect, but it's the gut. Hi, my name is Lisa Garcia, and I help people optimize their brain health so they can feel calm, focused, and productive. And if that sounds like something that you want more in your life, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell so you don't miss any of the tools and education I will be sharing each week. Today, we are diving in to the gut-brain axis. So you might have been hearing a lot about that. It's becoming a little bit more popular in the last few years, but if you've never heard about it before, don't worry, because by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly what it means, why it matters, and how your digestive system might be one of the biggest influences on your mental health, clarity, mood, and energy levels. Your brain and your gut are constantly talking to each other. They're connected through a pathway called the vagus nerve. So that's a cranial nerve, and it goes all the way down to all your internal organs, and along with a whole network of chemical messengers like neurotransmitters and immune signals. So when something's off in your gut, your brain notices it right away. Now, your microbiome, that is an ecosystem of trillions of bacteria living in your digestive tract. When those microbes are in balance, they help regulate inflammation, produce brain chemicals like serotonin and dopamine, and even influence your ability to focus and stay calm. But when that balance is off, which can occur definitely after antibiotics, or having a high sugar diet, or chronic stress, or even environmental toxins, that can lead to inflammation in the gut wall. And that is sometimes referred to as a leaky gut, which allows things to enter the bloodstream that shouldn't be there. And these can trigger inflammation in the brain, can mess with your neurotransmitters, and create symptoms like brain fog, anxiety, irritability, and fatigue. So something you need to know about your microbiome is that it's like having a lawn, and your lawn might have some dandelions or maybe some other pesky weeds, but as long as the grass is pretty much the predominant plant out there, then everything stays in check. But when you start putting Roundup on everything, that's what an antibiotic does. It just kills everything. It'll kill the weeds and it'll kill the grass. Then what happens afterwards is what grows back. What tends to grow back is the bad stuff, right? The weeds that we don't want. And that happens in our gut as well. I'm in my mid-50s. When I was little, I had a chronic ear infection, or I had an ear infection every year until I was 9 years old. So I got put on antibiotics every year. That basically wiped out all the good stuff in my gut. And antibiotics, if you do take antibiotics, you have to make sure that you repopulate your gut after you take antibiotics. Around 90% of your serotonin, that is your feel-good, calming neurotransmitter, that is also produced in the gut. So if your gut is inflamed or imbalanced, it can have a huge impact on how you feel emotionally and mentally. I've had clients tell me that though they thought they were just struggling with anxiety, depression, and it turned out their gut health was the missing piece. And once you support that, then everything changes. So what can you do? Something simple you can do is called like a morning, I don't know what you want to call it, a morning gut primer. It's a simple practice that promotes the microbiome, digestion, and detox pathways the first thing of the day. You just take a glass of lemon water, a pinch of high quality sea salt. What I do is I heat my lemon water to be like tea, so it's warm, and then I put Celtic sea salt in it and squeeze lemon, and then that helps hydrate your cells, stimulates your digestive juices, and gives you a gentle nudge in the right direction. The second thing you need to do is you need to start feeding that microbiome. So the microbiome feeds off of fiber and probiotic-rich foods like garlic, onions, leeks, green bananas, asparagus. All of those things help nourish that good bacteria. Even adding just one of those a day can start shifting the balance. If you're dealing with a lot of bloating or discomfort or irregular digestion, you may want to start incorporating some spore-based or clinically studied probiotics. Okay, so you want to be careful when you get your probiotics. You don't want just like the first ones off the shelves. Actually, they tested, I just watched an interview a couple weeks ago, by Dr. Sabine Hassan, I think. She's really good. She just studies poop, like all the bacteria and everything. They found she went around and she tested yogurts she just got, I don't know how many different yogurts, anything she could find in her whole area. And most of them didn't even have the bacteria that it said it had on the label. So you have to be really careful because yogurt is fermented with bacteria. And so it should have live bacteria, but a lot of them don't, or some of them have different bacteria than it says. But the probiotics, you want to be careful that they're a good brand. My favorite ones are Megaspore Biotic, that is by Microbiome Labs. It's a broad spectrum spore-based probiotic that improves microbial diversity and reduces gut inflammation, directly supports the gut-brain axis. It reduces lipopolysaccharide production, that's LPS. I have a whole full-length video on that, so you can look at my channel for LPS in endotoxins, and that's associated with brain fog, mood disorders, and neural inflammation. Microbiome or Megaspore Biotic is a favorite amongst functional medicine practitioners, doctors, but there's also another brand that I'll share in just a minute. A couple specific strains that are specifically targeted for brain. So there are, when we talk about the microbiome, we have tons of different microbes, but we don't just have one strain. We have a lot of different bugs that live in there. And one of the most, or actually two of the most, but two common strains that are specifically targeted for the brain are Lactobacillus rhamnosus and Bifidobacterium longum. So the first one, Lactobacillus rhamnosus, this one is referred to as a psychobiotic because of its direct effects on mood and emotional regulation. It's been shown to reduce anxiety-like behavior and influences GABA receptor expression in the brain. GABA is the calming neurotransmitter. In both animal and preliminary human studies, it helps reduce stress-related behavior and improve emotional resilience. Then we have Bifidobacteria longum. So that person that I refer to, Sabine Hassan, Dr. Sabine Hassan, her big focus is on Bifidobacteria, and it's amazing. Anything that you can find or interviews that you can find on her is amazing. It's known for its ability to reduce perceived stress and improve memory performance. One clinical trial showed that people taking this strain reported feeling less stress and showed improvements in problem-solving tasks. It also supports the gut lining, reducing inflammation that can contribute to cognitive symptoms. You can find both of these strains in products like Neurobiomic by Alimentum Labs. So you need to reach out to me for that since they are professional grade. Like I say, you want to be careful what you get off the shelf and make sure that you're getting professional grade probiotics. Also, Therabiotic Target GBX, that's by Claire Labs, Klaire. And you can find that and other ones on my Fullscript store, which also has professional grade probiotics. So Alimentum Labs is not in Fullscript, but you need a practitioner to help you with that one. Otherwise, you can find some on my Fullscript. It would be my Fullscript supplement dispensary, I guess is what I call it, and I will have that link in the description below. So to recap, your brain fog, your forgetfulness, your low mood, your anxiety might not just be in your head. I know a lot of people are told by doctors, and especially it's worse when they're told by doctors, but they're told by doctors that it's all in your head or you're just crazy or whatever, but it's not in your head. If you're experiencing something, there is a reason, and so we need to figure out what it is. And if somebody's telling you that it's in your head, then you need to just fire that person, move on to the next person because there's a reason for it. And in this case, what we're talking about today, it could definitely be starting in your gut. That's because the gut and the brain are so connected that they mirror each other. So whatever's happening in your head is going on in your brain and vice versa. The communication between these two systems is real. And when you support one, then you're supporting the other. All right, if you found this content helpful, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more videos like this, and if you're ready for a more personalized look at how your brain and your gut might be connected, check out the link in the description, and so you can book a free call with me, and I will be able to help you figure out where to start so you can feel like you again, clear, calm, and fully present.